going on, guys? What's going on, Nathan? Oh, actually, let me do this. Can I do that? That's not going to let me. Oh, it will. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. There we go. Sarah, why are you so early? Why are you so early? PlayStation servers down. Oh, that's terrible. Kyle's Cake. Good evening. Marie, what's going on? Phil, Blix. Nathan, traveling to New York tomorrow. Do you think we'll get stuck here? We got some good snow falling, so can't promise you you're not gonna. How much snow? Okay, let me, guys. I just started this, so let me open some things up and let's get going. I'm probably only gonna be on for about an hour. My whole house got what we think is food poisoning, and I'm just starting to feel a little bit okay. But it has been a rough, it has been a rough day, to say the least. And I can't even take my son to swimming practice in the morning, or his swimming lessons in the morning, which is sad because he loves swimming lessons. He calls it the water park. He says, "Daddy, we go water park?" And I said, "Well, there's swimming lessons." And he's like, "Okay, water park." So now I have to break the news to him tomorrow that we're not going to the water park. It's literally just a pool, but he thinks it's a park. I should have my wife break the news to him. I don't want to do it. All right, let's get some things up here. I did, like you guys asked. Will, I appreciate it. I did a long form video. It's on my YouTube. The link is in my TikTok bio. It's like 15 minutes long. It's much more descriptive. So, you ask and you shall receive. Okay? Just want you to know that. I listen. We listen and don't judge. Guys, I'll start answering questions in 1 second. I literally just got on. I appreciate that. Okay? Thank you, Sarah. Yeah. I'm very. I've been nauseous all day, headaches. I still have body aches, all sorts of crap. But I wanted to get on here for about an hour. Took some Advil. Drink a beer. You usually feel better for about an hour. Why no snow in Minneapolis anymore? Well, you might get a lot here moving forward. Here is. Let's start looking through some of our models. Let me tell you guys what's going on. Let's just start here. Why don't we just start here? Here is our 12Z Euro. People always want to start with snow, so we're going to start with snow. I'm going to show you all this, and then we're going to get to answering questions. Let's start with Snowfall. What are our updates on Snowfall? Here is our Euro. Let's just go 10 days out and see what our Euro thinks for Snowfall. That's what our Euro thinks. You guys can see the little thing down there showing you what obviously this is the heaviest, this white, pink feet of snow. You get down the blues, you get more inches. Purples, you get like kind of half a foot. Still, New England looks like they're going to get buried. Parts of the Mid-Atlantic could see a lot of snow. We're seeing a little bit more snow potentially moving into Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Midwest, and maybe even Central Plains and Northern Plains. Look at this. I mean, if the Euro's right, don't worry, you'll get plenty of snow here moving forward in Minneapolis. The West is going to see our jet stream drop in a few days, and 1 or 2 snow systems wants to move in mid to late next week, and that could mean not just, we're getting tons of snow up here in the Northwest, but that could mean some snow down in Arizona and in New Mexico as well. So this is, don't worry guys, I'll get to answering questions in a second. This is our Euro. This is our GFS. Difference between the Euro and GFS, nothing. It sees all this snow out here. Big difference here is it pulls our snow a little bit farther south into the Mid-Atlantic and through this region here. We're talking, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Virginia. A little bit farther to the south than here. Now, National Blend, which we love, and I actually in my video messed this up. I was looking at the Euro, not the National Blend, but this is our latest National Blend, and not a bad look. Obviously, the mountains out here are winning, and New England is winning. And they're just going to keep winning and winning. You're going to get so sick of winning. So so that's what's going on there. Let me just get to everything, and then I'll answer questions. Stratospheric polar vortex, what's happening? It's ripping apart, guys, just like we said. Let's go northern hemisphere here. And here is our 18Z Euro. This no way this is our 18Z Euro, is it? Oh, wow. Yeah, there you go. 18Z Euro has this separation fully completed by next Tuesday, Wednesday. And so that's pretty promising. And we will have our own polar vortex here, and they'll have their own polar vortex here down up towards Siberia, whatever you call that up there, Russia. So that looks like it's going to happen. Let's go to our GFS 18Z as well. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. GFS is even more bullish on it. And then we get them back together. And for some reason, they want to form back together over the States. Why? In Canada. Why? I don't know. Why does the latest 18Z GFS have Florida in the stratospheric polar vortex? That's supposed to be over the Arctic. Don't ask me. I'm just the messenger, guys. But we could see something crazy in March if that happens. Because remember, there's usually a week or two lag behind the cold air that moves in with this. Woo! Was Tony the Groundhog right? I don't know his name. His name's probably not Tony. So that's what's going on. What is happening with winds across the country right now? Rockies over here, Southwest. You got plenty of winds going on there. We have some strong winds moving through upstate New York, New England right now. Nothing too crazy. I'm almost ready. Okay, I'm about to start taking questions. Let me finish a few things. Here's our MJO. I'm sure you're all experts on the MJO, so I'm not going to get into it too much. But we are, we've been moving through each phase of the MJO in about 3 to 5 days. We're going to be in 8 and 1, probably starting around the 17th through the first week of March, or through the first couple days of March. Now let's compare that to our teleconnections here. This is like one of the deepest, most negative Arctic oscillations I've ever seen, meaning a huge slowdown of our polar jet, meaning tons and tons and tons of ridiculous cold air back down into the south. But sometime between the 17th to the 19th, here's our NAO, and North Atlantic Oscillation, obviously a weakening between our Icelandic low and our Azores high, and that is happening at the same exact time, and that is all happening at the same exact time. Our MJO is, of course, going to be stuck in Phase 8 and Phase 1. What does Phase 8 and Phase 1 mean? Well, let's look at our composites. Phase 8 and Phase 1, historically and on average, looks like this. Ready? Here you go. Notice where the coldest air is? We're setting up for maybe more snow back down there. I'm not gonna. I'd still bet the under. It's really tough later in the season, but this is the look you want if you want another chance for snow in the south. I can't even believe we're saying that, but it's a chance. It's not guaranteed. Don't come back and we didn't get snow in the south. Connor's Climate Corner. You don't know anything. I'm just telling you what the outlook is saying. The outlook could be off, but this is. The outlook did pretty well in January once we got into the beginning of January, and it's done pretty well through February. We saw the warming event first week of February, and now we're seeing it saw the cooler event moving into the middle of February. The outlooks have been doing really good. All right. All that being said, I'm going to start taking some questions from chat. I don't feel good, so like I said, I'm not going to be on that long, but I do want to get on for a little bit. Why is... This should be in front. Hold up. Order, move to top. There we go. Jesus, move to top. My lord. Is New York City really getting 3 feet? Danny, I don't know who told you that, but no. Someone asked in my YouTube video today. It said my app says we're getting like a foot of snow in DC or something like that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know that there's a big defunding of NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and the Weather Service coming, which was kind of I don't like. But when I see the crap that people are seeing, on these apps that the NWS runs and NOAA, I'm like, you know what? Fire them. Fire half of them. What is going on? What's going on? No. Someone said the NWS runs Apple Weather. I hope they don't. That would be so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. No, I hope they're just firing the receptionists. Not that I have anything against receptionists, but we're going to have a big layoff of meteorologists. Nick B, bigger than we've already had. Nick B, I appreciate you. Connecticut snow tomorrow. All right, let's get into it. Let's look at our latest 18Z. Connecticut. You know what I should really do? You know what I'm going to do for you guys so I can click through these? Here's what I'm going to do for you guys. just so you can see it much quicker. Let's just keep this up in the Northeast so I can answer questions quickly. I'm going to go through chat and be able to answer them quickly if I have a couple things up and load it for you guys. So Snowfall, Northeast, winter. This is going to be Kuchera. This is our first snowfall here. This is our most up-to-date snowfall. So that's that. Really what I should do is just do a 24-hour so you can see storm by storm. First storm, second storm. I do want to ask New York City, does this look like a foot? Oh, it looks like, I don't know, a few inches. Does this look like a foot? I don't know. I don't think it does. GFS is doing crazy things, but I'll keep that there, and I can go region to region so I can show you guys. But you were talking about Connecticut. You could get maybe 5 to 7 inches with this storm. Maybe a little bit more. You're going to outperform some areas. Storm after the Euro pulled it south. I think it's going to pull back north again. I think this is going to be a little bit stronger of a storm than the Euro is showing currently. So, yeah. My weather app says we're getting 9 inches on Tuesday. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. Is the Earth flat? Let me see what Google says. I'm not sure. Let's see. Google. Oops, don't want to show where I live. Is the Earth flat? Oh, I think I got a good answer here, guys. The Earth is roughly a sphere. So I guess not. Man, I really thought it was. I guess it's a sphere. I don't know. You know, the internet lies sometimes, right, guys? It's a good question, Phil. It's a good question. Phil with the P. We don't want any more snow down south. Thanks. It's time for early planting after this cold spell. What are you planting? I'm just kidding. Looking at some models, and I feel like Chicago will get a decent amount of snow. Potentially, yes. You wouldn't happen to be looking at the 12Z of the Euro, would you? You wouldn't happen to be looking at the 12Z of the Euro, would you? Honestly, the 18Z of the Euro is probably what you're looking at. Woo, look at that, baby. Look at you, Chicago. Save some for the rest of us. We'll see if this happens. This is the latest run, though. It just wants to put a casual foot in the Chicago, and Detroit, and yeah, some of these other major cities, Kansas City, Omaha. We'll see. We'll see. That's the trend on the Euro. It's possible. It's definitely possible with this look. Every time I hop on and see your report on more snow, I get depressed. I'm sorry, the dude. We're going into phase 8 of the MJO. Phase 8 and phase 1. We have a polar vortex that's splitting. We have extremely negative AO, negative NAO, negative EPO, negative WPO, neutral PNA. And what that means in snow language is it's not going to stop anytime soon. We just had the coldest mid-Atlantic in over 20 years. My electricity bill this month, I want you guys to guess what my electricity bill this month was. My house isn't that big. Take a guess. Everyone in my neighborhood group was saying that it was the most expensive bill that they've ever paid. Oh, close, Colton. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. You guys are really close with 500. It was up near 560. $560 just for electricity. We're not talking water and all the other crap. Yep. My average a month, if you average out the whole year, is barely 200. So it's like close to tripling it. Everyone in my neighborhood was like, what the heck happened? Some people blaming Trump, and I'm not gonna get political, but my weather brain didn't go to politics at all. My weather brain was like, oh, we just had the coldest winter we've had here in 20 years, and heating your house is 3 times more expensive than cooling it. So, and with inflation, it makes sense. Honestly, unfortunately, it makes sense. Nora, I appreciate you, Nick B. Thank you, guys. Everyone wants to get political about everything, right away. It's like sometimes there's actually a scientific answer for this stuff. Is there any snow or ice for Cincinnati? Yeah, potentially. Here's our latest Euro. You're stuck in between this Tuesday storm and this late weekend storm. One of these is going to shift north or south, and will you stay in this gap of snow? I think the odds are that you won't, because these models are never perfectly correct at this. So we'll see. but you may see one of those shift north or south. It's a very big possibility. Philly, New York Metro. Yeah, so again, interesting here. I think we'll go to 24-hour Kuchera. You know, from Philly to New York, 1 to 2 inches is the latest on the Euro. I actually think we're going to see a lot more snow than that, just because that's an 18Z. Our 12Zs is fresh data. Our 12Zs are usually more accurate. The 12Z showed closer, anywhere from 4 to 6. So we'll have to wait on that. We can look at the 18Z of the GFS, and 18Z of the GFS really holds that snow south. I don't think it's going to be this far south, but this Tuesday storm is just really starting to look weaker and weaker. It's really making me angry, guys. But for any of you who do want snow, I know some of you don't. For any of you who do want snow out there, let's just look down the line here. Just watch our storms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7. There's a ridiculous. We have a major blocking happening out over Greenland, and major air sinking into the U.S. with nowhere to go because of that blocking out to the east. So you're gonna get lucky on one of these, very likely. Almost everyone out here is gonna get lucky on one of these. It looks like. Central Jersey totals for tomorrow. If you're Trenton and East, I would expect none. Here's your look. Here's probably your best look. But 1 to 2 if you're lucky, maybe if you're really Central Jersey right here. So I hope you outperform. I hope you do. I'm wrong sometimes, guys. Believe it or not. Sometimes I can't tell the future. Believe it or not. Sweet corn, cucumber, pepper, greens. Dan, I don't know what you're talking about. Atlanta. Yeah, Santiago. I don't see much happening down in Atlanta except for some very bad severe weather with these storms. This is something we need to highlight, like actually really highlight, guys, and take seriously. We could have the worst end of February severe outbreak we've seen in like decades, potentially. I want to show you what's going on here. With this cold air diving, here's this. The SPC is going to label this, and we'll see if we get an enhanced risk, but we may. 1, 2, 3. Do you see those 3? Flash flooding, severe weather, tornadoes. 1, 2, 3. So we're starting off on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe more on Friday, Saturday. This squall line, QLCS tornadoes for days. Quasi-linear convective system. So those are tornadoes that form in a squall line. This is just an absolutely insane look. We could have 5 severe weather outbreaks in 7 days next week. So I don't want to get anyone freaked out. The setup is just spooky. And what we want, guys, is we want this Euro to be way over amplifying these troughs. I want to see this Euro pull back this troughing and pull back this negative tilting as we move forward in time. Because if we don't see that pulling back, buckle up, Southeast, from really West Texas all the way out east, because that is going to be a problem. And Mezzo Matt, shout out Mezzo Matt. If you don't follow him, MESO, MATT, shameless plug. Part of his team's great. He covers severe weather. He was live streaming. He was up for like 40 hours covering those tornadoes that were going through Tennessee and Kentucky. RIP to a couple of people who did lose, in Tennessee with that tornado. Was yesterday, just to the north of Knoxville. EF2, unfortunate. I got on for a little bit and was covering that, and we saw the tornado on the ground while I was live. It was pretty bad, but we don't want that to happen anymore. So, but Mezzo Matt, MESO, MATT will probably be covering all of these live. He's really good. His specialty is severe weather and tornadoes. He knows more about tornadoes than really anyone I know. How much snow do you expect in Bucks County the next few days? Sorry, I'm going to do a speed round. I'm going to start answering you guys as quick as I can. Over the next few days, if you're northern Bucks, maybe an inch. I hope we get more. It's looking really, really bad for that storm on Tuesday now. It's looking really bad for that storm on Tuesday now, too. It barely wants to put 2 inches into Bucks. So stuff's really pulling out, moving south, moving north, But we have some time. I actually do think this Tuesday storm is going to be a little bit more amplified than they think out here. I think we're going to see it happen tonight in the 12-0-0, the Euro. It's a gut feeling again. How's North Jersey looking for Tuesday accumulations?
again, if you want me to be honest with our latest updates, an inch or two. Let's wait for our 0.00s to come out because it's looking. The totals have completely pulled off. I told you guys this was a possibility. We talked about it. We looked at. I told you guys this was a possibility. We looked at this map here. Look how flat this is. This you wouldn't even be able to find it on the map. Where's the storm on the map? This is it right here. This is the storm on the map right here. It's flat. It's flat. Look at this is like the king of all zonal flows that I've seen. Look at this. There's no instability when your air is moving side by side. There's no temperature pressure gradient really here. I mean, there's somewhat of a pressure gradient, zero temperature gradient, and you're getting no lift. You're getting no significant storm. Look at behind it though. Here's your potential huge blizzard into Chicago. But again, this boundary out ahead is associated with that same trough, and you're never really going to see two big storms associated with the same troughing system, and this is pulling some of that energy back. But I still think the euro is a little bit wrong. I think our totals are going to be a little bit higher than they're showing, and I think they're going to be a little bit wider. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on this. I think we're going to see something a little bit bigger than what the latest euro is showing. Why is the Chicago blizzard so far north? It's just our jet stream. It's just we're expecting this to tilt quicker. When they tilt quicker, they move more like in this direction. If they tilt later, they move more like this direction. But right behind it, guys, right behind it, we've got sinking air coming back down into the southeast and potentially mid-Atlantic. So more setups. If you don't get one, if you're out in the East Coast or southeast and you don't get snow from one of these next three storms, there's probably three more behind it. Being honest. Yeah, DC, I know your app says 9 inches. Throw your app in the garbage. Is 9 inches possible? Yes, I give it a 5% chance. I think you're more likely to see somewhere between 1 to 4. 2 to 4 maybe. But I don't know. It's looking worse and worse. I appreciate the follows and I appreciate the subs, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I'm about to be... I have the watch hours now to have memberships on YouTube, but it's going to take me, the watch hours lag about a week behind. But next week I'll finally be able to get some memberships and do some member-only streams on YouTube and that type of stuff. So that'll be cool because no one can even resub on TikTok. So start making some content on there. I am streaming on YouTube right now and TikTok. Don't tell TikTok because they'll get mad at me. Atlanta understands. Snow in northern VA, again, the way the euro's pulling back, it looks a lot less, 1 to 3, 2 to 4 on Tuesday. So totals for central Wisconsin tomorrow. Yeah, we can look at that. Let's quickly go up here to north central. Actually, let's go to Great Lakes region. Here's your kind of totals. You can see here, it's really pulled north of Madison and Green Bay, Wisconsin, and... Madison and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's up towards more central to north, wide swath of 3 to 7 inches possible. Yeah, North Carolina, we're looking at the 17th to the 21st range. Why? Well, because this is happening. Let's go look. Let's look at our 850 millibar temperature anomaly. Love this. Love this map. 850 millibars. We live at about 1,000 millibars. Is this right over our heads? Watch what's happening up here as I move this forwards, guys. I want you to specifically watch what happens here. This is supposed to be cold air. Okay, watch what happens here. Uh-oh. What's happening? King, you are getting blocked. Goodbye. No spamming. I used to have a lot more patience. Sorry, guys. I'm feeling sick, so I'm being mean, okay? But, well, that wasn't really mean. He was spamming. That was really annoying. This is happening. High pressure, lots of warm air building in here. Now, this cold air has nowhere to go but south. And you know what the cold air wants to do? It wants to shoot off the coast. But, oh, what's this? Is that a negative North Atlantic oscillation? I think so. So this is what's setting up here for major winter storms. And a major cool down again, potentially back down to the southeast, the southwest, the south in general. So we're going to see this look moving forward here. So it's been crazy. It's wild. Where's the snow? Minnesota. Here's your latest projection on Minnesota. Let's go to, we'll just say the northern plains. No, we'll say not the north. Can we go north central? Here you go. Let's move this. Latest update for, again, it's pulled back a lot. It's thinking somewhere between 2 to 4 inches is possible in the Twin Cities. Really pulled back a lot. But again, if we were to move forward in time, you're going to see, I mean, we'll go to the 12Z and we'll just go here. What are we seeing potentially out ahead? You know, are we going to see this much snow in the Twin Cities? Maybe not, but the pattern calls for a lot of chances to see this foot and a half moving forward. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's go. Jackie, I appreciate you. You said Connor, respect Atlanta. Respect ATL under. I don't know what you mean by that. This Tuesday's storm is turning into another disappointment for Long Island. I know. Tell me about it. For Philly as well. Philly has underperformed on every single storm this year. I don't want to hear anything from DC and Baltimore because you had that storm that dropped like 6 to 8 inches. Most Philly has gotten from a storm this winter has been like 2. And this one looked promising from Philly all the way through New York City and Long Island. Although, again, you guys have this chance here. With this system on Saturday. You really do have a chance here on Long Island and New York City for, you know, a 3 to 5 inch day Saturday. So we'll see. Yeah, Tuesday right now, the latest look for New York City is pretty grim Tuesday on the Euro. DC got lucky. Well, that's what you need sometimes. Can you show the ice for tomorrow? Sure. You need a little luck. Let's get into here. Some ice. Let's go to our Fram. Freezing rain. Here we go. This is our latest from the Euro. You know what? Actually, can we go into the HRRR now? We can. Here's our HRRR. This ice is expected to move farther out into the east than our last system. But again, look at this is our main target area. Northern Ohio. And just to the east of Pittsburgh. That's the biggest concern. I don't see anything catastrophic here, but if we actually see this happen, that's pretty bad. Any over performances could be pretty bad through these areas as well. Really bad. What time does it start in PA? Let's see. This isn't really a PA system. It's not really going to be too bad. Or I guess PA. I was thinking Philly. Here is freezing rain and snow beginning to move in. This says at the 20Z. So that would be at around 13. So 1 p.m. Eastern. So actually, did I do my math wrong? I think it's actually like 3 p.m. Anyways, that's what's going on. Let's look at the 18Z Euro. Here, the worst of it starts moving in. That's a 00Z. So it's going to be afternoon time. It's going to be afternoon time. Probably late afternoon towards evening. And then the worst of it over New York City, over most of PA, all this ice is going to be moving into evening. How about a severe weather gotten for the southeast on Tuesday? Well, have we gotten anything updated from the SPC? A little bit of a risk, categorical risk, through West Virginia, Kentucky, Northern Tennessee, Southeastern Indiana, Southern Illinois, Southern to Central Ohio. That's for Saturday. Nothing farther out. They should already be putting something on this, I think. But let's go look. Potentially severe weather in the south for that Tuesday system. Still looks pretty bad. You know, this right here doesn't look like a tornado outbreak to me. This looks like a flash flooding issue. But watch what happens as we get into Wednesday. This, to me, looks like tornadoes. So that's what we're watching. and hail, strong wind. Jackie, Christina, Nora, Brittany. What's going on? TG, I appreciate you. Any snow for Baltimore? Potentially. Here's what we're watching. Here's our first system. Nothing. Second system, it wants to bring close to 1 inch to 3 inches into Baltimore. We'll have to see about that. That's the latest update, though. That is the latest information. Guys, I feel sick. Instead of doing weather coverage on Sunday, you should do a live stream of the Super Bowl. Well, if I feel better and my wife feels better, we are going to the casino, and I'm gambling all night and winning tons of money. So I'm unlike other people. When I go to the casino, I plan on winning. I usually do win. But you know, winning is having fun. So I always win. I just usually lose all my money. You see how that took a turn, guys? But no, we got a babysitter, so I'm gonna go gamble. So if you guys could gift a little more, so I can gamble more and lose more. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna sit in a little sports area, and my pregnant wife's gonna watch me drink. But no, she loves sports, so she's gonna have a good time. She loves it. She has a bachelor's. Hey guys, check this out. My wife has a bachelor's in sports and management. She actually knows more than most sports about me. She's been on the field for Super Bowls, on the court for NBA finals. She used to escort. Not escort sounds bad, but she used to like work with Marriott, and she would walk their VIPs around the big major events and introduce them to like the famous people. She has like signed jerseys and footballs and basketballs from like all the biggest stars. It's actually crazy. People will see it sometimes in my house and be like, "Yo, is that yours, Connor?" And I'm like signed helmets from football players, signed basketball, and I'll be like, "No, that's my wife's. None of it's mine." It's cool. Anyways, yeah. Listen, you know what, guys? I'm gonna do something bold. People keep asking about Philly. Our latest Euro thinks Philly 2 inches. I always take the under. You guys know me. I'm conservative. Normally, I'd say, oh, it says 2. We're going to get 1. I'm going to be bold. This might come back to bite me in the butt. I'm going to be bold. I think this is going to be more of a 5 to 6 area. Clip it. Clip it. Clip it. Oh, you can still see me. There you go. Clip it. I'm nervous about this one. But we'll see. You clipped it. Thanks, Kevin. My gut, guys, has been... Now, my gut feels really bad right now because I'm sick, but my gut has been crushing it this year with winter weather. The gut calls, so we'll see. Jen, hello. I appreciate you guys. Northern Maryland. When can Northern Maryland get snow? Tuesday. It's saying 8 to 10 in DC. Yeah, Asher, throw your phone in the garbage or delete the app. You're not going to get 8 to 10 inches of snow in DC. Nope. You know what it's using? I mean, okay. Again, I like to say it's not impossible. That's like a 1 to 2% chance. Not impossible. You know what it's looking at, Asher? It's looking at the GFS. Okay, the GFS doesn't show that. The European doesn't show that. The Canadian doesn't show that. Let me keep going. The Icon doesn't show that. Can I keep going? Let's go to our National Blend. It's not going to show it. National Blend doesn't show it. So I would like to know, Asher, what imaginary La La Land model is saying that you're going to get 9 inches of snow. And trust me, I know it does. My phone says we're going to get like a foot. And I'm up near Philly. It's ridiculous. Weather apps are just memes at this point. It says 5 to 8 in New York City. Accurate or not? Which day? You're not going to get 5 to 8 from either of these storms, likely. But I think the better chance you have for snowfall, good snowfall in New York City right now, maybe Saturday, but we'll see. Did we already go over Washington? We can go up there really quickly to the PNW. Here's our Euro. Who are you rooting for this weekend? Well, I'm a Giants fan. So
Megan, I'll let you figure that out. No, I will not be rooting for the Eagles, even though I live in Philly. It says 6 to 8 in Central Bucks. Listen, I'm taking the high end. Okay, I'm saying we could get the 4 to 6 through that region. 6 to 8 on your weather app is irresponsible, I think, because even if it does happen, there's zero data sets that show that. And these are the best models in the world. 0 data sets. It's ridiculous. Weather apps are so stupid. Get on your knees for snow in Philadelphia. I want it. Weather app says 100 in county, New Jersey, 2 to 4 inches for Tuesday. Is that possible? I don't know where that county is, but I'd say 2 to 4 is possible for most of New Jersey. Potentially on Tuesday. That's like a more realistic look. Here's your snow out here in the Pacific Northwest. You don't see much moving forward here, but you see we're going to see a major cool down here. We can go into let me show you something. Let's go to let's actually do this. Let's do this. Euro 12Z, and let's just do Northwest, and let's look at our surface temperature anomalies. Look what we have moving forward up here in the Pacific Northwest. Okay, the red down there is above average temperatures. The green is below, the purple is very below, and the pink is extremely below. Look at what's happening up here in Washington, Pacific Northwest. Okay, very cold temperatures. Look at this, very cold. If you get a little bit of moisture, and oh, by the way, you guys want to see what a low pressure looks like on a on a temperature anomaly map? Here's your low. Here's your site. You see that cyclonic motion? Look, ready? Here it comes. That's moisture right there. Boom. Into the coast. Into the coast while we have these extremely below average temperatures. That could be some snowfall in the low elevation too into Washington on Thursday, Friday of next week. Let's look. Thursday, Friday of next week. Let's get back in here. Pacific Northwest is looking a lot more like a moderate La Nina. Cold and very snowy, rainy moving forward. Here we go. There's your system right there. Friday. There it is. Thursday and Friday. There's your system slamming into the coast. So, again, here's our updated from the Climate Prediction Center. If you guys just want a quick overview of what's happening, here is through February 17th. This is what our temperatures are supposed to look like. If you are, this is about average, and then all the blue is extremely below average, and this is above average. Now, as we move forward in time, that's going to push down. Almost the entire country is below average, except for, portions of Arizona, New Mexico, Southern Texas, obviously, and in your Gulf states down here. Now, what's happening at the same time as that? Look at this huge precipitation bubble up here. This is above average precipitation up there in the Northwest. As we're seeing temperatures below average, you guys are going to get a lot of snow probably during that time frame. Okay, sorry, let's get back to chat. Should I just leave this on here, guys? Get all your hopes up. Chicago ice storm tomorrow morning. I don't think it's going to be that bad. You want to take a look at it? We could probably just go to the HRRR right now on that. Although the HRRR is not a good ice model. It's not a good anything model this year, which is weird. Would they change the specs? Here's our FRAM. Here you go. What is going on with this thing? Oh, here we go. Okay, there we are. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Let me fix this for you. Here's the latest. Not expecting much ice. Let's hope that's correct. Let's go into our latest Euro for Chicago. Not expecting any. Hello from Ohio. Hello from Pennsylvania. What's going on? Yeah, you're not going to get... I mean, if you got 5 is, I think, your cap in New York City Saturday and Sunday. I don't even think you're going to get 5. I think you're going to end up with 3. But if you were to get 5 to 8 inches on Saturday and Sunday, I would be very, very, very surprised. I think that's way overdoing it. Not impossible. Not a great chance of that happening. How much will Mass get this weekend? Mass could see a good amount. Mass could see decent. I want to say like 6 inches, but let's see, 6 to 7. Let's go back up into the Northeast. Here's the latest with this storm. There you go, 6 to 8. including potentially Cape Cod. Oof, yeah. Don't worry, the south is going to cool down again here moving forward, trust me. How much accumulation from Maryland on Tuesday? We're not expecting too much. It depends where you are. Somewhere, what looks the most likely is somewhere in the range of 1 to 4. I know that's a wide number, but I would 2 to 4, I'd say. Yeah, Baltimore, Maryland. We'll see if that changes. It's of the latest Euro. There's pretty good consensus on it now with the, honestly, GFS, Icon, Canadian Euro are starting to really not like a huge storm. I still think it's going to overperform a little bit. On your map, it says 8 inches in New York City, though. Okay. Where? No, it doesn't. Are you crazy? Here you go. Let's go into... What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? It says 4.1 in New York City on my map. Maybe if I go to the GFS. What does the GFS say? It's probably the GFS doing crazy. 4.2. Oh, the 00Z, the GFS is loading. Oh my God, the 00Z, the GFS wants over a foot through the entire state of Massachusetts. Breaking news, guys. It kind of is breaking news. Yeah, Kyle, I wouldn't entertain that yet because it's probably going to move. But we have a setup for multiple winter storms, blizzards up through the Northeast. So that's why we're taking them seriously, but we don't know where that snow is going to fall yet. Where it don't snow. Listen, Carolina, there's been over a foot in some areas of the mountains over the last month and a half, and there's been over half a foot along the coast of North Carolina. So it is snowing in North Carolina this year. It's just not snowing in the middle of it. The south central regions, which is where most people live. Specifically Charlotte. Charlotte's got its good old bubble over it, blocking all the snow. Is 2 feet of snow possible in Park City, Utah next week? 100%. Oh, yeah. We got a cold, snowy pattern setting up next week, especially middle to late week. Give me 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. I'm going to give you something better. I'm literally going to be back in 60 seconds, but I know. You're like, oh, you said 2 seconds. Okay, 60 seconds. But I'll give you this to look at while I'm gone. This is the National Blend 10 days out where it thinks you have the most likely chance of seeing snow. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. Back, chat. Was that 60 seconds? Was anyone counting? Someone needs to hold me accountable. KC, we can go into KC real quick. I would say that's Central Plains. Does it have Central Plains for me? Boo. Deep South. North Plains. Come on. Central. I guess that's what we'll call it. Here's our latest. We'll go to our Euro 18Z for this. This is going to be the most accurate. You know, interesting here. Why isn't it showing? Oh, is it that far to the south? Am I crazy? What? Why is there not a number for Kansas City on here? Hold up. Let me go to South Central. There you are. Yeah, look. Psh, who knows? Next Wednesday into Thursday, 10 inches of snow. That is a possibility. This is our latest Euro, and this isn't a crazy amount of time out. This is almost 120 hours out. That's very close to forecasting range, so something to take pretty seriously. Zenith, if you're in here, you're welcome. We never get snow in southern Wisconsin anymore. You know, this would be big snow from Milwaukee, potentially to Madison next week, mid to late next week. So come talk to me after this event. We'll see if it shifts. It may shift east. We'll see. You're going to have more chances this winter. Again, our stratospheric vortex is split, guys. Okay. It is split. Or about to split. It's very stretched. That's going to have a lagging effect. We're going to have an extended winter here. Georgia, any more snow? It is possible. Do you believe the GFS for Central Virginia? Well, I don't really believe the GFS for much. The GFS is right, I would say 20 to 30% of the time. And then the Euro's right the rest of it. Not the rest, but most of it. So it's possible, but I wouldn't. Again, I would bet the under on the GFS. We can take a look really quick. I know why you're asking this, because our GFS is well, let's go into, this is the new one. Let's go into our 18Z. Much more bullish down here on snow. Oh, this is really interesting. What's our 00Z GFS going to do here? Still holding it south. Very south. Interesting. So if the Eagles win on Sunday, what do you think next Thursday, Friday would be like for the parade in Philly? Yeah, I've been talking to my peeps at work about this because they're all Philly fans. And they've been talking. They don't say parade. They say the P word because it's like a superstition. You don't say parade. But just because I want the Eagles to lose. Eagles parade, Super Bowl parade, Super Bowl parade. Let's talk about the parade. Let's talk about the parade. What's going to happen next week with the parade? Let's go over. And here's the issue. I think it's supposed to be on Thursday. And here's our latest from the Euro, which we like more than the other models. And you think anything is happening on Thursday in Philly? Friday might be the better option. I think people would like that anyways. But Thursday could be a absolute mess of ice, crazy downpours. We'll see if that snow shifts over. Did I see possible snow in Tennessee or no? Yeah, the GFS is doing some wild stuff. Not really wild stuff based on what we're seeing. There's a reason why we're seeing snow potential down in the southeast and down in Tennessee again with this pattern. So it's not wild when you consider that. Okay, the GFS is putting a little bit more snow down here. This is interesting. More snow down into Kentucky. God, this is such a boring pattern for a snowstorm. This zonal flow. SJS, I appreciate you. But yes, 18Z, you can see what it does here. Really close to Tennessee there. Near the end of this run, this would be, yeah, big snowfall for Tennessee. Almost all of Tennessee. Huge nor'easter for the mid-Atlantic. This is the end of the run, guys, so we don't want to take it too seriously. This would be absolute, this would just plaster the entire East Coast in snow. Or a lot of it, obviously. I'll show you for fun, but don't take this to heart too much. There's probably going to be some things changing with this, very likely. This is what that would do. Look at that. This is what that would do with snowfall. Huge for everyone, really, out here through that corridor. So, is it possible with this pattern? Yes. If we had a different type of pattern, I'd say no. Please, yeah, right? At least you have a signal for it, right? Sometimes there's no signal for it. I live in North Bronx. Exactly how much snowfall will be there Saturday into Sunday? You know, the best guesstimate for New York and Long Island is between 3 to 4 inches. Could underperform, could overperform. But not expecting anything crazier than that.
The other guy says snow is guaranteed. Yeah, well, you know how I feel about the other guy, Brittany. Euro says 3 for Easton, PA. Is that true? I don't know where Easton, PA is. Let's see. You're probably gonna on the Saturday Sunday storm. You'll probably underperform, maybe 1 to 2. We'll see. It's a really close call. Again, here's. Let's see what our latest GFS is doing. Can we get this loaded a little bit more? Let me see. 1 second, guys. It's really holding that south still. Let's go back into our Euro super quickly for Easton, PA. You know, this is your Saturday, Sunday. Again, the problem is we're going to have some mixing in here. I think it's Easton's in here, correct? So, I mean, yeah, who knows? Who knows? I guess it's possible. This is a sharp snow cutoff line, so it's going to be real close for people in this region, obviously. Real close. Some of that's going to be mixing. It's not going to accumulate how they think it is. Yeah, Chicago, we're looking at potentially a big snowstorm at the end of next week. We need some more time. It's out of just about 24 hours to 48 hours out of forecasting range. So give it a day or two, and we'll probably be really have a good at least guesstimation on where that snow is going, not how much is going to fall. But Chicago could see a big snowstorm at the end of middle to the end of next week. So we're keeping our eye on that. Again, this new GFS is loading in. Let me see something here. Here's what's new with the latest GFS. Putting tons of snow into Virginia. I think that's wrong, though. I think it's going to be farther north towards DC, Baltimore, Philly. But what do I know? Please, not Arkansas. Last night, 18 inches. The last 18 inches of snow was good enough for me. When was there 18 inches of snow in Arkansas? Well, I'm sure there was at one point. Gut for northern central New Jersey snowfall. If you're north of Trenton, 2 to 4 inches. So Euro 18Z thinks. Let's look at what our national blend thinks. So yeah, if you're talking here, just to the north. So say this is central. Say this is northern central. 2 to 4 probably. Red Wing, Minnesota. Where is Red Wing, Minnesota? Where's that? Here's your look at Minnesota with this. There's another system right behind it, but with this first system. Can you see it? I'll outline it for you. There's Minnesota. I really think you guys should just do this. I think you should take some territory from Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Since you're the more dominant state. Richer, smarter. You know what I mean? Just really better looking state. I think you should just take over this area from Wisconsin and then build a wall. Just kidding. Not about the stuff I said about Wisconsin, but about the wall. Let's see. Ashley, can you please show Boston area for Saturday through next week? Saturday through next week, Boston area, sure. Well, to know Wisconsins get offended. I guess I didn't do my job. Yeah. So here's our first system. The Euro, the GFS thinks you're gonna get way more snow than this, but I think 6 to 8 inches is a pretty good look here. You could outperform. In Boston, and then second system. This originally looked like this was gonna put a lot more snow up into here. Right now it looks like it's going to miss, but there's another one right behind it. So, over the next week and a half, I think you're going to end up with more than a foot of snow in Boston over the next week and a half. And we'll see after that. There's more storms that want to come in after that. Yeah, anytime someone says this,
How about pick somewhere to look other than the East Coast? Hey, seek the truth. I don't pick where to look. I have 440 people in my chat here and then people in my chat on YouTube, and I answer a question. I look up, and the first question I see, I answer. There happens to be like the majority of the population lives east, so there's more people on the east in my chat. When I get questions out west and that's the first one I look at it, I answer it. If you ever read my chat, it's a lot of people out east. You know, really quickly, hold up. Just want to show you guys something really quickly, in case anyone's confused. I'll just leave this here for 1 second. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. I do not, I mean, I just get more questions east. I answer the questions when they ask about the west. Let's see. What are we drinking, Connor? Confused Blonde? I don't want to get in trouble, but it's adult apple juice. I don't know what these policies are on YouTube. Bro, move on to Virginia. We can take a look. North Dakota. Okay, we'll go there next. Virginia. Here's the latest on Virginia. Again, the latest 00Z GFS, which is the newest global that's out, which is 00Z fresh weather balloon data. Those are the best sets, 00Z and 12Z. Thinks you could literally get a foot through here. I think it's wrong, but this is probably more accurate. We can take a look at our national blend, but really the only area that looks like that's going to miss out is Southern Virginia. Let's take a look at our national blend for Virginia. Here you go. I'll go to North Dakota next. Here you go. National blend. Kind of agrees. National blend is much nicer to our areas up here. North Dakota. This is weather bell, pivotal weather, windy. We have all sorts of stuff. I wonder if it gives me North Dakota in states. It does not recognize it as a state. Let's go to Central Plains or Northern Plains. Does it have Northern Plains? North Plains. There we go. Here's our latest Euro for the Northern Plains. You guys are probably getting snow right now, are you not? But anyways, central to southern, 3 to 6, and then our system after that moves in. Not really seeing much there. We can look a little bit farther out in time, and again, potentially some big snow for this entire region out here. Potentially next weekend, Valentine's Day, potentially. We can kind of see that. I mean, we can look at our national blend during that time frame as well. You can start to see as we get into mid to late next week into the weekend. Looks like we want some more through here and towards through the Twin Cities out towards Wisconsin. Has the snowstorm died down for Green Bay? Slightly. Let's go back. Great Lakes. Actually, we can just go into Wisconsin, I think. So I think what's my number for Green Bay? Okay, I should know that. So 4 inches. What could we see moving forward after this? Maybe a little bit more. Again, look what happens as we move forward in time. I mean, this would be ridiculous snow, 1.5 feet for Green Bay and a foot for Milwaukee. Take it with a grain of salt. But again, what have we been seeing? Why am I talking about this? Why am I so confident on all these snowstorms? Let's just pull back real quick, guys. We can take a look at snowstorm after snowstorm after snowstorm after snowstorm down here. here is, I just want to really quickly show you this again for people who weren't in here before, because this is very important. So here's our stratospheric polar vortex, and majorly stretched. This is supposed to be one vortice over the Arctic. It's splitting into two. So our polar vortex is sliding down over the states. The 18Z has it splitting this next Tuesday or Wednesday. That is very close, 4 to 5 days, and then settling in over the states and Canada. You can see it right here. There's going to be a week or two delay in this with snowstorms too. We already know forecast range, multiple winter storms out here. This is going to help with that as well. We have a significant amount of air. Let's go to upper air temperature, 850 millibar. Actually, let's go to temperature anomalies. There we go. North America. We don't need Northern Hemisphere. We have a stratospheric warming event happening again up above our heads, above Canada, up towards the Arctic, ridging up here into Greenland, Alaska, Northern Canada, Arctic. This cold air is going to have nowhere to go but be pushed to the south. This is like a climatological event. So we're expecting we could still be seeing active winter through March, and we'll see if we push into April. That's what happened in 2018 when this type of thing unfolded. So this is just looking like it's going to be a crazy February, March. We'll see about April with a lot of chances. So the confidence in this stuff is a little bit crazy right now. Let me show you the 000 real quick, guys. GFS. Here's the latest. Showing a potential big blizzard through Connecticut and New York City. And it wants to put so much snow into New York City. I just have a hard time believing that. And then it does agree now with the Euro and a big blizzard through Chicago. That's interesting. That's a development. Multiple severe weather outbreaks down in the south, again, starting on Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday, Thursday. So we're watching that as well. So this is the latest GFS. Megan, SJS, I appreciate you guys. I've done New Jersey a lot. I got to take a break for a second. It's 80 in Athens, Texas. Daily 69 at night. Yeah, big warm. There's been, yep, you guys have a ridge. You guys got a ridge. Here's your ridge down here right now. This is heat. This is colder air from the north. Zonal flow. This is pivotal weather. You can look at it for free. I pay for it in Weather Bell, so I have access to a little bit more, but you can get most of the stuff for free. Most of the looks for free. Is there a chance for snow in North Texas? There is with this setup moving forward, yes. Yes, Chicago, you could have a big blizzard middle to the end of next week. Could. The GFS and Euro agree on it now. We'll see if they continue to hold that look. I still don't feel that great. I'm going to be back on. I'm posting another video tomorrow. Back on live tomorrow. Lots of stuff happening, guys. It's an exciting time to be doing what I'm doing because of it. Just storm after storm after storm after storm after storm. You can see it here. Someone's going to get more than they asked for. So, my God. Yeah, I still have food poisoning. So, my medicine's probably going to wear off here soon, and I'm going to feel like crap. Annie, I appreciate you. I will be back on. I did post a 15-minute video today on YouTube going over all of this stuff. And it's on my TikTok as well, but the link's in my TikTok bio. So if you guys wanted to actually, I go over a lot of areas of the country, cold air, snow, severe weather, ice. So if you wanted to see it, but I appreciate you guys being in here. I appreciate any of the follows, subs. Thank you guys. I'm grinding. I hope this can become my full-time job eventually. I'm doing it 30 to 40 hours a week, but I still have another full-time job, so it's tough. But you guys are awesome. Love you, chat. Have a great weekend. Go Chiefs. And I'll post updates on all this tomorrow, and I'll be back live tomorrow. And I'm going to go curl up in a ball and hope to stay alive because I feel so sick. All right. Night, everyone.